Altay Bayindir is set to make his debut for Manchester United. The boss, Erik Ten Hag, has confirmed finally Andre Onana is about to have his worst night ever. I mean, not playing in Cameroon, back home, Bayindir is taking his place. Bayindir has got only one job to do. I'll tell you what. My name is Webb. Welcome to the United Hot Sport. Now let's get proper into this conversation. Now, as we do get ready to take on Newport County in the FA Cup, the boss has spoken as always. As you know, the norm is Erik Ten Hag will always come and give a pre-match press conference. Now, in this one, it has been so interesting because he was clear. This time, there is no pretending, no excuses. What we've been hoping for is finally set to happen, that Altay Bayindir will make his debut for Manchester United. He will be in goal. Ten Hag said it with his own lips. Now, that means that, first of all, we've got an opportunity to judge him. I mean, we signed this goalkeeper for about £4.5 million as a backup, and his debut has been long overdue. We've been waiting for a long time, and I mean, I got a chance to see him and his warm up as we are going to play against Tottenham Hotspur, and honestly, you could tell from his body language that he's a decent goalkeeper. He's a good goalkeeper, that he has fitted in. Even the way he drives, he's not patient. I remember before the game against Tottenham, he was trapped in sort of a small car traffic on the driveway leading to the player entrance, and he just drove on the other side on the other side of the road. He was impatient and all. He drives so fast, but I do hope he's not as impatient as that, because if you're going to be a good goalkeeper, you've got to be patient. But Bayindir finally getting an opportunity to start in goal, for me, gives us a good opportunity, because we've always known that Manchester United has had very good goalkeepers. The first and second goalkeepers of Man United have always been good. Now, this is the time for us to know whether Bayindir is good. And he could be better than Andre Onana. Erik Ten Hag spoke highly about him, talking about how, I mean, he has been crafted well in Turkey, because in Turkey you're not allowed so many chances to make mistakes. You know how ruthless the Turkish supporters are, and he plays for the national team as well. So he knows that the pressure he gets back home when he's in the sticks for Turkey is the exact, even perhaps more pressure he's going to expect playing for Manchester United. But against Newport, never been a more perfect game for him to make his debut. The only perhaps thing he would have prayed for would have been maybe the game to be in a better pitch, because I don't think the Newport County turf is exactly the best, but that should not be an excuse. I don't think the stadiums in Turkey are the best in the world. So for me, it's a brilliant thing that we're finally going to get to see our number two in goal. Now, of course, Andre Onana needed this, to be honest. Now, thank you to Rigobert Song, who led the way by showing Erik Ten Hag what he should have done long time ago, benching Onana and giving a chance to another goalkeeper. I mean, if a third-tier goalkeeper could lead Cameroon to the knockout stages of the AFCON, why don't we think our own 4.5 million pounds goalkeeper Bayindir could do good against a team like Newport? So Erik Ten Hag, I think, has been forced into this decision by the situation, but it could be the best for him and for the club. Now, the risk in this can be one. Of course, the only positive with Androna is his ball distribution. But of course, you can talk about what that ball distribution has yielded for Manchester United. And really, there's not so much to recall and remember. I think his haulers have overshadowed even his goal distribution. But I also know that Altay Bayindir can do it. So there's, for me, no pressure at all. There are no qualms at all. The opponent, the competition, it's going to be a very interesting one. But and also, this actually could turn out to be our strongest squad, because one of the major weaknesses we've had is Andre Onana in goal. Now, if Bayindir comes in, turns up and comes to the party and performs well, and then it could boost us by miles. So I expect, this is my probable lineup. Whereas this game is on Sunday, I can even come here today and give you my probable lineup. I'll go for Altay Bayindir in goal. I'll go for Luke Shaw to start in left back. I would go for Diogo Dalot to start on the right. I would go for Lisandro Martinez to start in central defense. I would go for Rafael Varane, I think, could start in defense. Then in the middle, I will go for Kobe Maino. I'll start Casemiro. I would go for Hoyland up top. He gave a brilliant interview. We'll talk about him later. Horace Hoyland up top. I would go for Marcus Rashford starting on the On the left, I would go for Garnacho. Didn't have a very good game. I think he needs a bit of rest, honestly. So I would probably rest him and start Diallo, Amad Diallo, if he's fit enough on the right. If not, Garnacho can start. And of course, there is no questions about the captain, Bruno Fernandes, and his number 10 role, which he has, of course, customized for himself. But just to maybe one change that is very predictable by Erik Ten Hag could be Scott McTominay in the squad I've named. Maybe Scott McTominay could start in the middle together with Kobe Maino, or Maino could be rested and Casemiro and Scott McTominay could start. So those are the changes I could expect. But again, Anthony is there, he's in the mix. I do know that Anthony scored a penalty in our loss against Burnley in a closed-door friendly game against Burnley just a few days ago. Could that perhaps again warrant him a place because he seems to have the proper full 100% backing of Erik Ten Hag? Maybe it could, but regardless, the squad that's for me. I think this is a game we should win, but I also think we are edging closer to getting our strongest starting 11, and that I have said with authority could be without Andre Onana in it. Where he sleeps tonight or tomorrow and on Sunday and the rest of the games, only God knows. If he's going to be let out of the camp to go and talk to his gods to try and help him so that Bayindir has a bad game, because that's the prayer. I think the only one person in the world who will be praying for Bayindir to have a bad game should be Andre Onana. But the most of us, the majority of us, should be praying that it has a good one, because we do want Onana to get proper good competition so that he can wake up. Because I mean, he has been a little overconfident, knowing that he's guaranteed a start, and the whole private jet situation from Manchester, the north of England, to Ivory Coast has also not helped matters. Knowing the kind of character he is, full of himself, you give him a private jet like that, Onana might never play football again for Manchester United. So for me, I think this is for him. He's being benched for Cameroon is for him to be better, to wake up. He's obviously a better goalkeeper than most goalkeepers. Someone was saying he's the worst goalkeeper in the Premier League. Actually, I don't think so. I think it's just that bad spell, but it's more about him. Onana is playing in his head. That's the biggest problem. And if he doesn't calm down and concentrate on the football and stop being sort of trying to be a clown and being, as animated as he loves to be, stop the antics, he will not play football for Manchester United. A club like that will humble you. So Altay Bayindir is the chance for him now. We are happy, we are glad, we are excited. And you can tell me what you expect, and also let me know whether, if it goes well for Bayindir, Andre Onana should be shown the exit in the summer. Because remember, Omar Berada and Sajim Ratcliffe are on a job now. They are hunting for which heads to cut off, because the rebuild is about to begin, and trust you me, it's about to be exciting. So, Bayindir, welcome aboard, man. Let's wait and see what he will do in between the sticks. My name is Webb, the hotspot. This was more of a breaking update concerning Manchester United. I'll catch you later, fam. Peace.